Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about 5 ways to use kindness and 100% responsibility, taking 100% responsibility for your business to create a competitive advantage and supersize and grow your business. It's a couple of those areas that some people think about, but the vast majority of them don't. And we do not see many examples of businesses taking 100% responsibility for themselves and their actions in the world, right? Which is part of why, if we behave in this way, if we take 100% responsibility for our business and our actions, and if we actually, there's whole industries that don't take hardly any responsibility for their business and their actions. It's kind of frightening. But if we do, that is clearly a competitive advantage because people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And can you trust a business that doesn't take responsibility and accountability for their actions? I must say a resounding no. Can you trust a person? Would you be in a relationship with a person that was always blaming you for things and didn't take responsibility for their actions, that blamed all their emotions and all their problems on you? Not very long. And the same is true of kindness. Do you want to be in relationships with people that are unkind or that treat other people badly? One of the fastest, easiest ways to know what kind of a person you're dealing with is notice how they treat other people. If they treat other people like they would not want to be treated, I say run away, run in the opposite direction as quickly as you can, or choose not to associate with them, because guess what? It's not going to be long before they are unkind and treat you in poor ways. And none of us deserve to be treated poorly, right? Absolutely not. Doesn't mean we're not unkind sometimes, or we don't blame or make excuses sometimes, because we're human and we do that. But do we then take a deep breath and say, okay, yeah, this happened. This thing outside of my control happened. But my reaction, my emotions, my response to it is always 100% my responsibility, right? If I choose to blame someone, if I choose to be angry, if I choose to be upset, if I choose to feel pressured or stressed by the competition, that's all 100% on me, because I get to decide, you get to decide for your business how you're going to react, how you're going to respond, how you're going to feel, how you're going to behave, how you're going to treat other people. That's always up to you. And if you look at and do a little study of the greatest, and you get to define what greatest and successful company is to you, companies, you will find that they are kind. They take responsibility. They don't blame other people or other businesses or the industry or regulators or anything else for their falling stock prices. I think of annual reports and, big corporations' annual reports answering to stockholders and things, and all the excuses and blame on the economy, the environment, whatever they can come up with, goes into annual reports. I used to read annual reports for companies that I was invested in. And I mean, the excuses are just that. They're excuses. And are they taking responsibility for, yeah, this changed in our environment, this supplier changed, tariffs happened, oh my God. Guess what? It's up to us. COVID happened. Guess what? COVID happened to all of us. And did we blame COVID or blame the government or blame somebody for shutting down our business and then just fold up and die and shut our businesses? Yeah, millions of people did that. But the people that didn't, that said, I'm going to figure this out. I'm not just going to lay down and die and not create what I want to create in my life. Those are the ones that continue to thrive and succeed. My sister wondering about Easter. Okay, so what are these 5 ways that we can show kindness and take 100% responsibility in our business? Number 1, we've talked about this before, practice active listening and empathy, right? Active listening, actually paying attention and being present when someone is talking to us, and using empathy to put ourselves in their shoes and try to really understand what they're communicating. Number 2, we want to own our emotions and our reactions. And this is probably one of the hardest ones on the list, although it should be the easiest because we have 100% control over it. But often we like to make excuses. We like to blame. We like to give reasons why we did something that we knew was a little off. You know what? It's a whole lot easier to do another one of these things on this list than it is to do that, right? Because when we 100% take responsibility for something, we take back 100% of our personal power. Anytime we're blaming someone else, we are giving away our personal power. Why the heck would we want to do that? Especially when we're growing and building and supersizing our business. Number 3, lead with compassion and patience. Let people figure things out for themselves sometimes, unless it's a dire situation or an emergency. Let them figure it out, right? Be patient, take a deep breath. Sometimes all you got to do is count to 5 and they'll figure it out themselves. But lead with understanding, compassion, and patience. And that will encourage people to feel like the environment is safe and they can grow and test and tweak and figure out what works best for them. And they can show their strengths and be their best self as part of the organization. Number 4, communicate with honesty and integrity. I really feel bad that I actually have to say this, but I feel like in the last 4 to 20 years, or not even 20, at least in America, there's been a whole lot of BS and lying and manipulation and corruption and things going on. And for some of us, we have felt it in our bones and to our very soul and been horrified as things were hidden and didn't come out. And now that some of them are coming out, I, for the first time in a long time, feel like there's maybe some hope for the United States and for humanity, and that honesty and integrity will come back to our country. There's always a core of people that are always high integrity and honest people, but then there's always going to be the opposite of that, right? We live in a dual polar universe where there's opposites. There's good, there's evil, there's high, there's low, there's up, there's down, there's cold, there's hot, because we live in a polar universe. And that means there's going to be both, but I like it when good is winning. And to me, that is honesty and integrity is foundational to that. And then number 5, be willing to apologize and forgive. Guess what? We all make mistakes. I know. Even our businesses. The businesses that survive bad things that happen to them are the ones that sincerely apologize and go about making it right. Worked in the food industry for 3.5 decades. And the companies that had product recalls due to things like salmonella and really bad things, that apologized, made it right, and moved forward with better processes and systems to prevent that from happening in the future, are the ones that are still in business today. Those that did not are not still in business today, right? Because they didn't survive those things. And the way we survive bad things or making mistakes is to sincerely apologize and make it right. And then when other people make mistakes, because guess what? Folks in our business are going to make mistakes. Hopefully they're not tragic errors, but they'll make mistakes. And when they apologize sincerely, we need to forgive them and let them learn from those experiences so that they become better human beings. So those are the 5 things. I think there are 5 great things that we could use in our personal lives as well as our businesses, but they're a great takeaway to realize that doing what's right can very easily set you up for success and to supersize your business, because it is such a huge competitive advantage, because a lot of people will just do what's expeditious. They'll do what's fast. They'll make that quick buck and they'll take advantage of people. And you can't put that out into the world, not have it come back to you. So put out into the world what you want to get back. We talked about that the other day. Give what you want to receive. That means give kindness, take 100% responsibility, so other people that deal with you will take 100% responsibility for their roles too in the relationship. All right. Have a happy Easter. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.